Welcome to Dental Success Beyond Chairside, the podcast that is dedicated to revolutionising the way dental professionals succeed beyond the dental chair. Join us for a unique blend of insightful interviews with industry experts and valuable tidbits of information to help you thrive in your dental specialist practice. In each 20-minute episode, we'll delve into a variety of topics, including HR, marketing, innovative techniques and systems, and AI, to help you transform your practice and unlock its full potential. Whether you're a dentist, specialist, or oral health therapist looking to enhance your practice, this podcast is your go-to resource for professional, personal, and profitable success. Get ready to go beyond the dental chair and discover what lies ahead in your practice journey with Dental Success Beyond Chairside. Welcome to today's episode of Dental Success Beyond Chairside. How often do you think, I just don't have time for social media? What if the problem isn't time, but not having the right system? Today, I'm joined by Carolyn S Dean from The Fully Booked Dentist. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode, Carolyn. It's so lovely to have you here.
Thanks, Michelle. It's really great to be here.
We're excited that we're going ahead. Carolyn is one of Australia's leading dental marketing experts, at the forefront of driving growth and enhancing patient experiences in the sector. She's the author of Fully Booked: Dental Marketing Secrets for a Full Appointment Book, and recipient of the 2018 Dental Industry Professional of the Year Award. Carolyn, can you share your story with us and share how social media posts can be made easy for dental practices?
Absolutely, Michelle. So I guess start with my story. Which is probably a long and random one. I've been in dental marketing for over 15 years. I had my own dental marketing agency for 13 years. So my dental marketing still is operational, and I have a team that still runs done-for-you marketing for dental practices. For myself, I now specialise in marketing consulting and working with startups, scale up, and basically spending a lot of time and research in AI at the moment. I think for me, my background for marketing and dentistry is kind of evolving into how can we use the latest tools, the latest techniques, the latest AI innovation to help practices really scale and make the most of what's happening right now in the digital evolution and the AI evolution. So I guess for me, marketing is still there, the agency is still there, but I'm going hard and running hard in how we can use the latest techniques to help dental practices.
So would you like to share your expertise with these latest techniques, Carolyn, to help them?
Absolutely. So, of course. So we're here to talk about social media today. And for me, I think we should start with talking about the problems that the practices have before we start talking about solutions. When I work with practices, I think there's 4 things that stop them, and they're the 4 T's. Number 1 is the time. Like, realistically, who has got the time to think about socials, to do socials, to get the team to do socials? It's so hard. Even if it is part of your job, and it's very rarely part of somebody's job, there are always patients, there's always issues in the practice. I think for me, the biggest issue is finding the time. So that's the first issue. Second one is the team. Like, we are aware, or we maybe not aware, the posts that do the best are the ones that feature team. If you have the choice of getting your team on your socials or creating images or videos with stock images, your team is always going to perform the best. I absolutely acknowledge that it's really hard to get your teams to volunteer, to get enthusiastic, and to be part of socials. I think the second problem is getting teams involved. And it might even be as simple as the problem of getting one of your team to take responsibility for the social media. The third one is tools. As I said, I go hard and I'm pretty obsessed with all things AI, but where do you begin? I mean, honestly, where do you begin to help you find the right tools and to skill you up on tools, and who can offer you the advice on what to use? I think the third issue is definitely tools, and the fourth is techniques. I think covers everything from skills and knowledge and knowing what to do, when to post, what to post, how to schedule. I think that techniques is the fourth barrier. For me, I think, honestly, social media is probably the hardest thing that practices can do for their dental practice. I really think it's a hard issue to crack.
So last fortnight on this podcast, we had Sarah Thompson speaking, and she was talking about social media and how you had to be consistent. She was recommending posting every single day. I nearly went cross-eyed, and I said, the biggest pain point, as I see, is in any practice is what you've said, is people just go, I haven't got the time. Team is really important, because a lot of people, they want to get a connection to see if they want to go to the practices. Having those team photos, whatever, is
Correct.
Very important. The tools and techniques with learning those, it's like any sort of training. I think dental practice owners can get a competitive advantage.
Correct.
If they're able to post on social media consistently. Yeah. And it's like anything, you do need to learn, and you do need to be trained. So to get those techniques and that understanding, they need to set time aside for their team to be able to learn.
Yes, absolutely.
So I agree with you, 4 T's is a great way to put it.
Yeah.
So what can we do to help them, do you think?
Well, this is what we're trying to do with a Fully Booked Dentist, is to provide on-demand training for dental practices, because when they are ready to train, they need to have something that can help them. So it's constant evolution of technology. This is what we were talking about before we started this, Michelle, wasn't it? Is the evolution of AI, of these tools. Literally yesterday, we are talking today, the 1st of April. Let's timestamp this recording. And last week, OpenAI, or ChatGPT, released an insane upgrade on images, on what you can do with your images. I have no doubt that by the time that this podcast is actually issued, that there will be another update. Let's be absolutely honest here, that things are moving incredibly quickly, and the tools and what we can do today versus what we could do literally last week or the week before, they are going to be different. So it's drinking through a fire hose. And for me, I spend, as you know, a lot of time looking at this, and it is moving so fast that when I open my emails that are all focused on AI, all focused on marketing, it actually makes me feel anxious, because for me to try and keep up, and I'm somebody that is pretty much up to date on this. I try to keep up to date. I honestly don't imagine what it must be like for somebody sitting in the practice, knowing they've got to do this, knowing that there is all of this technology that's moving out there. How anybody is meant to keep up it's an impossible task, right?
With your My Fully Booked Dentist, you have a training program for team members, and you keep this updated with regard to training. So essentially, dental practice owners, is it training modules, or how does it work, Carolyn? Can you just explain a little bit about it?
It's a platform. It's a membership platform that has hours and hours of video. So everything that a dental practice needs to do to market their practice. It can be everything from branding to what your website should look like, to what's the difference between Google Ads and search engine optimization, all the way up to AI and social media. What we have to download in the platform are images that the practices can use on a monthly basis. We have social media posts. In April, there's posts for Easter, there's posts for Anzac Day. Literally every month we provide content so they don't have to think about it themselves, because it's impossible.
So they're templates that they can sort of personalise with their...
They can take and they can use, exactly. What I'm trying to do is, because I've had the agency for so long, is to make it easy for practices to understand how to do this. If they want to train, they can go in and they can say, I don't know what's happening with my website, and watch videos and what do I need to do. And then the self-serve elements. And with AI, I am very focused on building as much content there so that practices can use this themselves and download it and not have to learn the tools and not have to do the research.
Okay, so you've done it all for you, which is fantastic, and it's a nice, easy access, and you've been in the dental industry, so know about the post. With regard to consistency, sometimes, and this is what we spoke to Sarah about a couple of weeks ago, I'm a big advocate as well, is just having standard posts that go out at least once a week, twice a week. Because obviously those tailored posts are really important because they are showcasing what's happening in the practice, what's happening with the team, that you're celebrating special occasions, that type of thing. And we advocate a recurring platform, posting platform to put it on. Socialmonials is quite a good one because you can access that quite cheaply. And then there's Recur Post, and I think Social Bumblebee it's called, but Recur Post and Socialmonials is two that I've used and I find really good. Do you advocate tools like that to be able to say, if you've got a fun fact Friday, so you can just post every 8 weeks, and then every Friday after 8 weeks it just reposts again, so you've got that consistency.
So for me, going absolutely back to basics for social media, it's about identifying content pillars. I don't know whether Sarah talked about this. So a content pillar is picking a type of content that you think you can post on a regular basis. As you said, Michelle, fun fact Friday. Anybody, I hope, can sit down and they can work as a team and they can say, all right, let's just plan next 3 months. All we have to do is think of 12 fun facts. Let's get together, write 12 fun facts, or use AI, but we'll talk about that later.
I'm going to say, I probably use AI.
Yes, exactly. So you identify your pillars. So it might be Fun Facts Friday, it might be introducing your team on a Monday, and it might be talking about treatments on a Wednesday. Let's just go, we've got three pillars: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Can you think, or can you now use AI to actually write your posts? I think the answer is probably yes. For me, creating the content, the captions is the easiest thing. Then it's the images. I think that is now the hardest part, because now AI can help you write those posts, and we can talk a little bit more of that now. Actually, let's talk about it now. The thing about AI is if you ask generic information or ask for generic information, you will get generic output. If you do not prime your AI systems, so you've heard of prompting and how you interact with AI. Have you heard about priming?
No.
Yeah. So priming is the first step with AI, and you have to preload and pre-prime the AI platforms on who you are.
Yes, I've done that. So priming. Okay.
It's priming and prompting. It's really important, because garbage in, garbage out. You need to tell the AI systems who you are, who your target market is, who your teams are, what makes you different, the services you offer. The more you can prime, the more you can preload these AI systems, the better the output. So it's really important that you need to inform the platforms on who you are, what your difference is, what your services are, who your clinicians are. So the things that make you you. If you haven't primed the AI systems, if you haven't told them about you, then they're going to give you generic output. That's the most important thing. The second thing that you need to remember about the AI platforms is hallucinations. Have you heard about hallucinations, Michelle? Basically, AI makes things up, okay? And it's called hallucinations, and it is a thing. Basically, the practice, whoever it is that's taking the output from the AI system, is 100% responsible for checking everything. They need to make sure that it sounds like you. When I train my GPTs, when I train AI, I give it samples. I give it samples of my social media posts so it sounds like me. One of the things about AI is it does amazing, beautiful language that nobody uses. Big words, not your tone of voice. Make sure that, number one, everything that it's talking about is factually accurate, is clinically accurate, and it sounds like you. The tone of voice is appropriate for the practice. So it's an amazing tool. It can really fast track social media and your captions for social media, but you need to make sure that it sounds like you.
Yes, agree. And to check it.
Check it and double check it. And honestly, my recommendation is somebody else in the practice checks it as well.
And then you were talking about images.
Yeah, so this is what I think is the hardest thing now. The posts that perform the best are the ones that have your faces on. photos of the practice, videos of the practice, it really does perform. And the issues that we have with the practices that we work with is actually getting the photos or videos from the team, because nobody wants to stand in front of a camera. Nobody wants to stand in front of a video. Nobody wants to perform. Nobody wants to, to add it into their life. Totally understand that. The reality is, if you can persuade your team members to get in front of the camera, the social media interaction will be higher. It will be better. That is just the reality. When I was saying about content pillars, and you need to think about what you're trying to do, bulk right. Same with your videos, same with your photos, bulk create. 2 ways in is get a professional photographer. What we do within the agency is we now get a photographer out there that will do photos of the teams and also videos of the teams. You get video, you get photo, you get B-rolls, and it's done in a day. That's one, and professional photos work in a different way. But the relaxed photos and the relaxed videos, if you literally can get your smartphone, and everybody has a smartphone nowadays, and walk around the practice and get behind the scenes shots, so photos and videos of the team just doing their thing, their morning huddle, they're answering the phones, they're meeting the patients, fun interactions, they honestly work as well as professional. I know everybody hates it, but just think about doing this in bulk and just going, okay, I'm going to take an hour on Tuesday morning from 9 to 10, and I'm just going to walk around, guys, and I'm going to take photos and videos of you, and then bulk is the only way to do it. If you can do this every 2 or 3 weeks, you've got enough photos and videos for you to then schedule, and you match it up with your captions and you should be okay.
You could probably recur those as well, depending on
100%.
So you can actually repurpose. I think that's just it. Is most practices are thinking about tailored posts all the time, but you've got so many things that you can actually reschedule, and people wouldn't have seen them because they're going out to different people. This is what Sarah said as well, that essentially, even though she posts, and she was posting multiple times a day, and she said not everybody sees everything, so you can repurpose those posts.
That's
so
right.
As part of onboarding, and I feel that this is a good idea, I don't know if you agree, Carolyn, is when a person's onboarding and you're filling in all of the paperwork and or getting them to do it electronically, that you get them to sign a social media and say it's really important for us here, and we like you to sign because we want you to be up on our website. And some people might say, look, I don't want my photo. Fine, we can make sure that we've got them blurred or whatever, when we're actually doing it, but to let people know that part of your culture there is to share for patients what you actually have to offer.
Absolutely. And I agree that practices that I work actually have it as part of their contract that they pre-approve photos. So absolutely agree. I think if practices are active on social media and that their faces are on socials, you would probably find that those new members of the team will have looked at your socials as part of that recruitment, hiring, assessment process, and they will have chosen you because of those photos.
Absolutely, like your patients choose you.
100%. It goes 2 ways. It is not just patients that look at your socials.
No, exactly. Is there anything else that we haven't discussed, Carolyn, that you would like to share with our listeners today?
Look, time. So finding the time and blocking the time is absolutely critical. Team. We've talked about team and making sure that your team are on board. And I think let's go a little bit further into this. There are going to be team members that just don't want to be there. Okay, they do not want to be on a video. They do not want to be on a photo. My belief is it's polite and etiquette. They don't need to. If there are enough team members that are willing to do it, and let's face it, if there's literally just one person that is comfortable in standing in front of a video and talking, that could be enough. It's great to get your team members involved, but let's not force anybody into doing something that they don't want to do. Tools, I think we've talked about tools and techniques. I think for me is keeping it simple. We talked about how do you the many tools that you could schedule. Just pick one. The reality is there are so many tools. Don't waste your time on looking for the latest, greatest, coolest tool. Pick one, learn it, do it well. You're better off getting content that is good enough, and as you said, and frequent, than the latest reel with the most beautiful music and the greatest overlay and the fantastic font, because nobody has time to do that. Just get some posts done. They are good enough. and you can improve over time.
That's excellent, Carolyn. It's good to know that there's something available for training for your teams. It's essential to say that you do need to provide that time for them, allow them to be trained. There's platforms like yours, a subscription where they can go to, they can learn how to do things, they can just grab posters, templates, which is so easy, and then fill in those pictures and those videos that they've done, which is just brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us, Carolyn. For more information about Carolyn, Fully Booked Dentist, her book, everything, it will be on our show notes. Thank you so much, Carolyn. You've shared so much. I think it's really practical advice for practice owners, and I really appreciate your expertise. Thank you.
It was great to be here. Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to subscribe to our podcast or YouTube channel. Your support helps us continue to bring valuable insights from across the dental profession. In our next episode of Dental Success Beyond Chairside, we'll be exploring how to build and manage your practice's online reputation with Bird Eye, the AI-powered platform designed specifically for dentists. We'll look at how you can gather reviews, connect with patients, and grow your practice more effectively in the digital space. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.